What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. We are in day 9 of the government shutdown. And a lot of people thought the stock market would crumble. Guess what, guys? It didn't crumble. It's continuing to push up all-time highs. And some people are asking me, why is the stock market continuing to soar? And I keep telling you guys, the 1% have no checks and balances in place anymore since the government is shut down. Remember, we're not getting any type of labor data from the government, no inflation data from the government, nothing. So the 1% are just doubling down on the stock market. That's what they're doing, guys. But I told you guys this. I told you guys the 1% are gonna squeeze every nickel they can out of this current administration. Why? Because the current administration is for the 1%. And they're going to allow them to do that. That's the whole purpose of this government shutdown, is to enrich, further enrich the 1%, guys. Now, I'm going to get off my soapbox on the 1% because guess what? I'm just following them and I'm trying to increase my wealth by just copying them, right? Whatever they do, I do. I know that they are doubling down, so guess what I'm doing? I'm doubling down. And one stock I want to talk to you about that I've done well in 2025, and that's Rocket Lab, man. This is not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube giving you his opinion on a stock. My recommendation is you go out and do your own independent research, come up with your own conclusion before you invest your money in anything, right? Rocket Lab has been a monster. I can recall telling you guys on many videos that I believe Rocket Lab would get to $85 a share by the end of this year. And again, I'm no expert here. I'm just giving you a prediction just like anybody can give a prediction, right? You got to go out and do your own homework to fact check that and come up with your own prediction. But my prediction is it'll get to $85 a share, and that's supported by the last week and a half. If you go look at the daily chart on Rocket Lab over the last week or so, week and a half or so, you'll see, man, this thing has come from, the mid 40s, guys, to yesterday, October 8th, it got itself intraday, I believe, up to about $68 a share. So it came from the mid 40s. This is a week's time, guys, all the way up to the upper 60s. I think it continues to go higher. There's nothing to prevent it from going higher. Again, you got no government data coming out on labor data or jobs data. You got nothing coming out on inflation, not to my knowledge, unless there's a non-government entity that will report it. And of course, the White House will come out and, tell people that there is no inflation. So no matter what the report says, the White House gonna come out and say there's no inflation. You already know that, right? No matter what any report says, the White House is gonna come out and say we're collecting trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in tariff revenue, but yet we still got a $37 trillion national debt. Don't make no sense to me. The math ain't mathing. If you're collecting $17 trillion from tariff revenue, why would the national debt still be 37 trillion? You would think they'd take some of those trillions and pay down the national debt, but they don't. You would think they would take some of those trillions and just run the government. Well, they don't. We're still operating at a deficit. So understand what's happening, guys. It's propaganda. I keep telling you guys, this is all propaganda to keep you scared, on the sideline, not building wealth, while the 1% continue to run this thing up. Again, just my opinion. You don't have to believe it. Go out and do your own research. But back to this Rocket Lab thing. This year, Rocket Lab has been on a tear, man. You got to understand, guys. Liberation Day. What was that, April 2nd, April 3rd, something like that. 6 months ago, 7 months ago, something like that. This stock price went down at its lowest point after Liberation Day now. I believe this thing went down to about $14 or $16 per share. And October 8th, this thing intradayed at 68. And I don't see it slowing down. That's my opinion. Now, again, I'm no expert here, guys. Go out and get some professional help if you're not comfortable making your own financial decisions. Don't depend on me, because I'm not a professional. I'm just a guy on YouTube telling you what I believe. Just my opinion. That's all, right? But yeah, man, now $85 a share seems doable. You got other companies like Palantir and Nvidia and AMD and just on and on and on and on and on, guys, I can throw out here of companies that are having banner years. You got companies that are having amazing years. You got the S&P 500. Take a look at the S&P 500, guys, right after Liberation Day. I want to say it got down to like 4,900 points, 5,000 points. And right now, this thing is ticking up to almost 6,800 points, guys. You got a NASDAQ that's ticking up really close to 23,000 points. You got a Dow that's approaching 47,000 points in the midst of a government shutdown. So what does that tell you? Well, let me put it this way. What it tells me is this thing has been all orchestrated to do this. Shut the government down, blame each party for it, and then let the 1% run this thing up before the end of the year. Matter of fact, let the 1% run this thing up as long as that current administration's in office. So a lot of y'all sitting on the sideline waiting on some doomsday. Oh my goodness, the government's closed. Oh my God, the stock market must gonna crash. It's day 9, it ain't crashed yet. It's still going higher. What does that tell you about investors? Institutional investors, hedge funds, billionaire investors, a lot of retail investors. What does that tell you, guys? Somebody knows something we don't know, because the 99% are the only ones sitting on the sideline doing nothing but being afraid and fighting battles and that they can't win. And they got nothing to do with financial battles. They're just fighting political battles and social battles and all that kind of stuff while they're running this thing up. My recommendation to you guys is to get out here and start doing some critical thinking, open up your mind, and start looking out for your best interest. The United States is going to be fine, because the 1% ain't going to let nothing happen to the United States. It's their paradise. It's their golden era. It's their goose that continues to lay the golden egg for them. The 1% will not let anything happen to America. But they want you in fear so that they can keep you on the sideline and continue widening the wealth gap. Question is, are you going to continue to sit on the sideline and let them do that to you? Now, that's your choice. I can't help you with that. You got to make that own individual decision for you and your family. But for me and my family, I'm going to continue to just block out the propaganda, block out the noise, and I'm going to continue just to follow what the 1% are doing. They are doubling down. I'm not telling you to double down on anything, guys. You got to go figure that out for yourself. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. And it's been pretty successful thus far in 2025 for me. And I'm going to continue doing it. And like I said, I'm just going to block out all this propaganda noise, all this, oh, government shut down, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Oh my God, we didn't get a labor report. Oh my God, we didn't get an inflation report. Who cares? Even if you got one, the White House going to come out and say the opposite. Let's face it. If you get an inflation report that says inflation is going up, guess what President Trump going to do? He going to get on national TV and tell you that's not true. There is no inflation. And y'all think I'm lying? Go fact check him. I ain't got nothing against President Trump. He's the president. I've reconciled that a long time ago. I have no problem with President Trump, because I know exactly who he is benefiting, the 1%, because he's a 1%er. Makes sense to me. But he's going to say the opposite of any bad news. He's going to say the opposite of that bad news. So I know that. The market knows that. That's why the stock market is running up. They know this. Early on in 2025, they were a little bit off kilter with him because they couldn't understand him. But after Liberation Day and he capitulated a couple times on tariffs, oh, they got him now. They got him. So they don't even worry about that. Why are you worried about it? But that's what they do to the 99%, because see, the 99% sit around all day and just binge watch these cable news networks or their favorite podcaster or TikTok videos. That's what we do. That's where we get our information from. We don't go out and do any critical thinking, no critical research where we go in and look at the company and look at the company's financials and make our own independent decision. No. We let cable news networks tell us what to think. And that's why 99% of us broke and panicking right now. Guys, get yourself out of that matrix, man. The only way you're going to do that is start critically thinking for yourself. Start critically doing research for yourself. And then execute, man. Execute like there's no tomorrow. Start living on less than what you make. Start living on a plan, which is a personal budget. Stay out of consumer debt, save and invest, and just keep hammering this thing. 1% is not going to let anything happen to the stock market, guys. I keep telling y'all that. It's the goose that's laying their golden egg. Why would they let anything happen to it? They're not. Nor is the U.S. government. The Federal Reserve will just turn on the money printer, guys, like they always do, and come to the rescue. Please understand that. Stop by the channel for the first time. Please consider subscribing. Share the video. Smash the like button. Thoughts become things. You can see it in your mind. You can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. Stay healthy. Get wealthy. And I'll catch you on the next video. Hey, Moo is going to give you some NVIDIA stock when you open up a new Moo brokerage account and make a deposit. All you got to do is get down to the first link in the description box. That's the Moo brokerage link. Click on it and get all the details on how you can get some NVIDIA stock. Don't delay, act today. Second link down in the description box is the Wealth Builders Financial Community on Patreon. Guys, all we do in that community is help each other build wealth, get to financial freedom and passive income. If you want to be a part of our team, all you got to do is click on that second link. It'll take you over to Patreon, and then come sign up for the fastest growing financial community on Patreon. We'll call the Wealth Builders.